So, why relying on your state pension alone is a risky plan? Okay, so we are aware that here in the UK, I'm not sure how much you get in other countries, so I'm going to have to base everything that I'm talking about on the UK state pension. The UK state pension is, if you've paid in all your contributions, it's about 12,000, I think, a year. It's probably changed by the time I get to retire because I've got another few years yet. I know it changes in April. So it's not an awful lot to live on, is it? Really, when you think about it, you've got about £1,000 a month, just under £1,000 a month, I think it works out at. So could you afford to live on that? Is that what you really want? Let's think about it. Is that going to cover all of your needs? Maybe when you're in a couple, but within a couple, then I think it's different. I haven't looked at what it's like when you're in a couple because I'm not in one. So I do apologize because I am not part of a couple. So I'm basing this on single circumstance. And I am aware also that the number of women over 50 who are now living on their own is increasing exponentially. So it is prevalent and it is relevant. So this is why you need to have something else in there that can make your life a little bit easier once you get into that pension age. You could obviously take on extra jobs where you're swapping I know, your time for money. But let's face it, we've hit that menopause roller coaster. I put that mildly. I was going to swear again. Yeah, it is. It's a hormonal shit show, isn't it? Where for many of us, me included, our energy levels are all over the place. You find yourself running out of energy throughout the day. And that's part and parcel for many of us of this menopausal stage. So it can mean a number of things. It can mean that we change the job that we're in, can mean that we cut the hours that we work in. It can mean that we try and find another job because we can't cope with the one that we're in. And then if our pension pot is not big enough, we're starting a pension elsewhere or we're moving a pension elsewhere. And we then haven't got the hours again to contribute. We then want to look at how do we look at swapping time for money? So let's think about other ways that we can bring that money in. Yeah, I know I said I would talk about subscriptions that are going to be helpful. And yes, I do have some. I have some that can allow you to pay less for what you want so that you can live the life that you want and you can create an income from them. Yes, they do need a little bit of time, but the time that you're giving out is not going to be the same as if you were to get a second job. It'll be on your terms. You won't be restricted to certain days and times that you need to work, which is another gamble if you're going to add an extra job onto the job that you've already got, because you're going to be restricted by their times. And let's face it, nowadays, if we're looking at second incomes, you're looking at working in, say, a shop, you're looking at working as an admin. A lot of them are not full-time positions, they are part-time positions. So you may have your main job, and adding on to it, you may think, oh yeah, I can add on a few hours, but they're going to be set hours. You're going to be restricted on those. Whereas if you come and talk to me about a couple of subscriptions that I have access to, they're more flexible because you can do them when you want. Yes, it does need a little bit of input from you. They're not entirely passive. They can become more passive, but it does need some input from you to make them work. But those times are yours. You can work them when you want to work them. Plus a supportive community to help you on your way. So there'll be guidance, there'll be support, there'll be formats on how you can do things, there'll be systems in place that you can follow. So long term, they will give you more freedom. So don't be fooled when you're looking to get an extra income by some of the ads that are out and about on some of the social media platforms that say, hey, get a new job. It's really easy. You only have to do this. It takes 10 minutes a day. They are very, very few and far between. They're the unicorns that we're all looking for. There will be some input from your side. There will be. The benefits from that input, though, are hundredfold. Because what could happen is this little subscription business that you start in those hours that you find could take over the job that you're doing at the moment and could lead to you actually retiring earlier and working. This is my retirement idea, working the hours I want to work when I want to work. Like I said in a previous video, I don't intend to retire. I don't know what that means. I intend, like the majority of billionaires and multimillionaires that are out there, to keep working until I can't. That's why they stay as millionaires, billionaires, multimillionaires, because they keep working. Do we need to change how we think? We need to work on the hours that we can give to work. And we need to make sure that we're not compromising everything that we want just so that we can live in a house that we want to live in. Go to the places that we want to go to. So let's talk. Drop me a comment below, say that you want to talk, and we can set up a time. We can have a little chat on the old Zoomalicious. We can have a little chat about what you want, where you want to go, how this may fit in with what you're doing at the moment, because we don't want to overwhelm. We want it to work for you. Hope that's useful. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.